Transfer by ostensible owner. Transfer of a property by a ostensible owner is such a concept which was incorporated to protect the rights of innocent third parties via the property owner. This principle was first used in much celebrated case of Ramkumar Kundo versus John and Maria M. Queen by the Judicial Committee. In this case, the plaintiff who had inherited a property by way of a will came to know that someone else had already purchased this property in her name and subsequently sold this property to a third person by making him believe that he had good title over that property. The whole transaction was a Benami transaction but was not known to anyone except the person who sold the property. So the plaintiff sued the third party for recovery of the possession of the land, but the committee held that it is a principle of natural equity which must be universally applicable, that where one man allows another to hold himself out as the owner of an estate and a third person purchases it for value from the apparent owner in the belief that he is the real owner, the man who so allows the other to hold himself or shall not be permitted to recover upon his secret title unless he can overthrow that of the purchaser by showing either that he had direct notice or something which amounts to constructive notice of the real title, or that there existed circumstances which ought to have put him upon an inquiry that, if prosecuted, would have led to discovery of it. It was thereby held that plaintiff cannot take place the property from the third party, and that the transfer was a legitimate transfer in the eyes of the law. This wordings used in the case can be seen in section 41 of the Act, which deals with ostensible owner. So, section 41 of the Act deals with ostensible owner, and it has been defined as transfer by ostensible owner, where with the consent express or implies of the persons interested in immovable property, a person is the ostensible owner of such property and transfer the same for consideration. The transfer shall not be voidable on the grounds that the transfer was not authorized to make it, provided that the transferee, after taking reasonable care to ascertain that the transfer had power to make the transfer, has acted in good faith. The section lays down certain requirements to avail the benefit of this section. These are: first, the primary condition is that the person who is transferring the property should be ostensible owner. Second, there should be consent from the real owner, which can be implied or expressed from. The ostensible owner should get some consideration in return of the property. Reasonable care has to be taken by the transferee about the authority of transfer to the property, and the transferee had acted in good faith. It goes without saying that this section is applicable only to immovable property and not in case of movable property. Ostensible owner is not the real owner, but who can represent himself as the real owner to the third party for such dealings. He has acquired that the right by the willful neglect or acquiescence by the real owner of the property, thereby making him an ostensible owner. A person who has gone abroad for some years has given his property to his family relative for making use of it for agriculture purpose and for all the other purposes as he may deem fit. In this case, the family relative is the ostensible owner, and if during that period he sells the property to a third party, then the real owner, after coming back, cannot claim his property and say that the person was not authorized to transfer this property. An alternative case can be when the property is in wife's name but husband used to take care of it and the other dealings related to the property. If the husband thereby sells his property, the wife cannot claim her property back. Or as in the Muhammad Shakur versus Shah Jahan, in which the real owners lived in different village and had authorized the widow to use the property as she liked, and afterwards she sold it, the real owner lost the case and the transfer was a valid one. The main purpose of this section is to protect the rights of an innocent third party who had purchased a property when the real owner was himself at fault by not protesting the transfer. But a necessary requirement is that the real owner should have the capacity to give the consent, and that the consent the real owner should have the capacity to give the consent, and that the consent should not be obtained from an unlawful act. In the case of minors, even if the ostensible owner claims that he has the consent of the minor, it will held to be no consent, as minors do not have any capacity to give the required consent, and it was laid down in the case of Satyanarayana Murthy versus Padaya that the consent need not to be taken from the true owner, and it might also be the case that the true owner had no knowledge of the transfer. The consent in such transaction can be express or implied. Now, burden of proof. So, the burden of proof is on the transferee to prove that the transfer was actually the ostensible owner and had the consent to sell the property. Also, he has to prove that he actually acted in good faith and had taken all reasonable care that was required from him while taking the property. This is because he has to prove that he was not at fault while taking the property and to shift the burden on the real owner. Alternatively, to shift his burden, he can only prove that the transfer did not allow the transferee to know the real facts and tried everything to suppress the facts. Conclusion is that Section 41 of the Act has done a fair job in protecting the interest of the innocent third party, though this section may seem to be a bit biased towards the third party, but this is mainly if the real owner is himself at some fault. No one can simply say that he has now acquired the property and he cannot be evicted now. The third party has to take a lot of care while purchasing the property, and this necessary requirement has been put by law itself to check the misuse of this section by ostensible owner and the third party. This in ways protects the interest of the real owner also. Thank you.